This is part two, you guys. This is Mia. I just ended part one talking about a dream that was freaky. I did, before the dream, I did have, I think I had a brief nap or something happened where I was scared. While I was awake, I had this scary feeling when I fell asleep after I took I have PTSD, which causes severe nightmares. And I'm noticing that the feeling like I'm in a nightmare occurs at bedtime sometimes. And this is really concerning for me. Anyways, make some interesting dreams so that it's reflecting on also society and my mind working things out. I had a heart sinking moment last week or the week before, thinking this medication that's changing my parasympathetic nervous system and keeping me out of like panic mode while I sleep with the sympathetic nervous system response of fear, sweats, and probably restless leg. All this stuff was occurring, and waking up screaming, sleep paralyzed, and all this stuff that was unaddressed for my whole life. And this stuff has been occurring since I can remember as a child, and definitely my whole life has been nightmares because I remember some of them and the feelings. And one of my nightmares, recurring and similar nightmares as a child, was being in a clean place. And when my house was clean, my room was clean, I had the biggest fear. One, I think I had PTSD. I know I had PTSD from my mom and brother throwing away all my items and cleaning my room by throwing stuff away, not going through, say, hey, do you want this? What do you want? Pick out your favorite toys. Pick out your favorite books. We'll put the rest down in a box, and you can like some people say, rotate the toys out every season so you have something fresh to play without having new toys. Or they just put stuff in big black trash bags. They broke my piggy banks and stuff, laughed and kicked me out of the room. So I was watching from out in the window while they laugh and broke my items. You know, kids can have piggy banks or they have different things. Why would you break a kid's piggy bank anyways? And then take their money? It's just a nightmare, guys. It's a nightmare. It's a waking nightmare. So when the house was clean, if I had a dream that house was clean, that would be the worst nightmare. We had an inspection in one of our places every 2 weeks. And every 2 weeks, I had the biggest panic. I've been sexually assaulted before and raped. That is fear and danger level off the charts. Danger, being harmed, being choked by someone, being hurt, being whipped, being beaten. I've had all that done. But having a clean house has this huge anxiety. And I purposely, someone's like, oh, that the reflection of what's going on in your house is a reflection of what's going on in your mind. See, your mind's a jumbled mess. So like, if you talk to me like that, then I don't get work done. But I figured this out about 20 years ago, that I purposely made my house a mess because when somebody was in my house harming me or raping me, or like if my dad was inappropriately touching me, all this stuff happened in the house. Or my mom was beating me on a nightly basis and slapping me around, cussing me out during the afternoon. All of that was occurring. My brother was hurting me. I got hurt inside the house. I did get hurt, potentially intentionally or unintentionally at school once, at least once. But I was happy at school. They used to say, "Why you smile all the time? You have braces." The teachers big. Usually, kids with braces cover their mouth. So PTSD. I had one doctor briefly was at a clinic that turned into just crazy. Actually, shut down. I was so psychotic. I don't know if it shut the whole franchise down or just that one. Anyways, that was a huge place with a lot of group meetings and the drug classes that you could take instead of going to jail, which I think are helpful. I haven't gone to their drug class, but I think it's helpful to have an option to be able to keep working and go to meetings and counseling sessions, group counseling, individual counseling. I have a feeling my time is short here. All this stuff is unaddressed, and people criticize me because in the past I used to use alcohol and other substances. They criticized me about the alcohol and substance, and my condition was very obvious in my behavior. I was very reckless. Not one person said, "Why are you like reckless?" My gynecologist in the past cried because I was reckless with relationships, because I wanted love And men didn't want love, they just want sex, and he was crying because I was being promiscuous, risking getting HIV or any disease back when I was younger. I was using condoms, so you could still get diseases, or it only takes one time, or getting raped by somebody. That's nightmare status, guys. So yeah, having a clean house, people say it reflects what's going on in your brain. Yeah, my brain is scared and wants to block somebody from getting to me. If there's a mess between me and you, or the door, or to the bed where my mom used to drag me, then you're giving me time to wake up and maybe defend myself by putting my hands over my body to protect myself. This was supposed to be news, but it ends up being psychological. But why didn't one of those doctors, not one, offer counseling or offer therapy? I had a psychiatrist for a while, deemed me severely depressed. But I had situational depression with my parents' illness and my mom's illness, and I wanted Valium. Take a chill pill. That's what I was drug seeking when I think I was 19 or something. And I was at the doctor inside the medical clinic for school, and this is so sad. I was supposed to be asleep these 2 extra hours, just making me mad. They put me on a trial, or a free sample of Prozac, and it messed me up bad. I quit, and I think it was less than 2 weeks. It made me just feel bad. People use it, and they're okay. And 20 years later, 25 years later, I do a pharmacogenetic test, and it reveals that Prozac is on the highly recommend you do not take, but we can't tell you what to do, and these tests are not all inclusive, they're not necessarily showing don't take these meds. They're showing the likelihood that you have a better choice out there. That they're saying, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're on it and it's working, or your doctor thinks this will work, they can't tell you not to take it. But I was like, I'm a doctor myself, but it's like hearing doctors being like, you're tripping, or you're this, or we're gonna judge you, or you're fat, or you smoked cannabis before, you are a devil. Oh, you used this substance 4 times, you're an addict. Well, I was an addict because of the alcohol that I used to numb the feelings of my parents hurting and beating me, assaulting me. You know what I mean? So it's like, I had the urge to just wear this band today on my wrist to remind me that I should take their supplements to heal my gut. Anyways, another story. I'm going to end up doing a part 3 for the news stories.